juice squeezer designed by Alessi. It was developed in the 1980s and has since become a cult classic. This wire fruit basket dates back half a century and remains as elegant as ever. Whether coffee cups or kettles, Alessi is known for its unconventional designs. CEO Alberto Alessi says the company's products are intended to add a little fun to life.
You don't buy an espresso maker just to make espresso with it, or a kettle just to boil water. That's the basic function you expect from any espresso maker or a kettle the world over. What our customers are looking for is a little bit of poetry and some craftsmanship, even when we're dealing with industrially made products.
The company near Lago Maggiore in northern Italy has been in the family for 3 generations. Alberto Alessi joined the firm the day after he took his law exams and has made the name world famous.
A typical Alessi product, and one of the first created after I took over, was this espresso maker. It was designed by Richard Sapper and went into production in 1979. It's won many awards and is even on display in the Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Alessi products are designer toys for adults. Their vivid colors look like they're right out of comic books. The combinations are typical Alessi.
This is a toothpick holder designed by Stefano Giovannoni. Or take this little ship here, which is actually a butter dish, complete with a little knife for spreading. The objects here bring to mind cartoon characters and are symbols of the 1990s.
200 architects and designers are part of Alessi's team. They're encouraged to call their boss with new ideas at any time. Right now, they're discussing a new butter dish and whether it'll be incorporated in their product line.
Not everything we like ends up in production, usually for practical reasons. Sometimes we hit the bullseye, and that means the design is good in both form and function. But often designs don't make it past the drawing board.
Alessi was founded in the 1930s. Some of its stainless steel classics from the area remain top sellers even today.
This tea or coffee service is called Bombay and was designed by my father Carlo in 1945. It's one of the oldest products in our catalog.
Alberto Alessi says good designs are meant to last for all time. He loves what he calls creative chaos and is constantly pondering over new ideas that could one day become designer classics.
The product has to be designed by a single artist. It has to be practical as well as beautiful. And it has to be somehow in line with the times. That should be reflected in the object. It should be something that has never existed in that form before.
So far, some 2,500 Alessi products have made it onto the market, with 50 new ones every year. Each is a tribute to the designer's pride in Italian craftsmanship.
Sensuous scents packed in elegant and whimsical ways. There's an astonishing variety in the collection of around 700 perfume flacons at Hamburg's Museum of Applied Arts. After all, the design of the bottle is nearly as important as the perfume it contains. The form and name of a particular perfume are meant to fulfill a particular expectation. Like the classic design, Chanel No. 5. Designer Lutz Hermann is one of the young packaging artists whose work is on display here. Lacoste and Hugo Boss are just two of his customers. His career took off 15 years ago with the design of the flacon for Laura Biagiotti's Roma.
What's really exciting about it is that you're packaging something that isn't really tangible. A scent evaporates, and you have to find an appropriate shape for this very fleeting element.
Hermann loves designing brand new products, like Joop's perfume Jump. His work on the flacon and other packaging took 9 months. He gave us a glimpse behind the scenes. Projects like these are usually put out to international tender, and Hermann often wins contracts with his innovative proposals. He's a master of the subtle art of commercial design.
Scents that are very fresh are typically packaged in a blue bottle. From cool water to Issey Miyake, you instantly recognize the blue aspects of a fresh scent. If I package a fresh scent in black, for instance, then there's a certain dissonance that would probably cause the customer not to buy it.
Design strategies differ for men and women's perfumes. Hermann says women tend to expect more playfulness, color and sensuality from a flacon than men do.
If a man takes a bottle in his hand that's clumsy or maybe too wide to hold properly, then he'll have problems with it. He won't want to buy it or use it. A scent is an aspect that he uses to anoint himself, to match his personality. But he also wants it to work quickly and without complications.
The oldest object on display in the exhibition was made 2,500 years ago in Greece. Perfumes later became a luxury item for the very wealthy. The beginning of the 20th century saw the introduction of perfume as a mass product, luxuriously packaged in flacons designed by the well-known goldsmith René Lalique. Today, the perfume market is huge. In 2004, around 450 million euros were spent in Germany on women's scents alone, with men's scents bringing in a respectable 200 million. And those numbers are on the rise. Advertising campaigns have ballooned.
Today it's the luxury item, even the big names that anyone can afford. The use of perfume has become more democratic, even though there are still perfumes today that are so expensive only Elton John can afford to buy them, with diamond-encrusted flacons and that sort of thing.
Calvin Klein's 1988 advertising campaign started a revolution in the industry around the same time that Davidoff was making waves with cool water. Aggressive eroticism has now become part of the image for many perfumes, and experts say that once an image is established, a company shouldn't try to change it. In the exhibition's scent room, visitors have a chance to sniff some of the many ingredients that make up the perfumes that Lutz Hermann turns into works of art.
Gag? His face, complete with clown's nose, woven into the pattern on a gigantic sofa.
I can do it. I can do it. Why not? I mean, I'm a big part of what I am, what I give to the world as design is me. You know, I do it in all kinds of ways. You know, I give myself in all kinds of ways, and I give everything.
You can experience Wanda's world in the luxury suites of Amsterdam's Luta Hotel for 500 euros a night.
You know, there's all these flavors which make things come alive. So we really worked on this kind of diary, this kind of collection of ideas, and we've always been pushing ideas from one to the other apartment until everything was kind of perfect. Style is for the insecure. And I think it's very boring. So I think it's great to have no sense of style and to live without style and just to follow the moment, and to be ready to change any moment.
A scantily clad blonde among the bottles. Just another of Wanda's offbeat ideas. Dutch dancer Nanine Linnik developed the happy hour chandelier with Marcel Wanders. Instead of a barman, the artist pours drinks direct from the ceiling.
So every day is a new day, and every day I will do something new. If there is a red line in my work and I can find it, tomorrow I will cut it. I will make sure to cut it, because I don't want it. Ook gewoon dit ding op dezelfde manier groen maken en dan krijgt het wel wat gloss. Maar hier zit een oude deur.
Contracts just keep on pouring in for Wanders. He works all over the world. One of his projects right now is designing the interior for a Mexican living complex. 80 units over 17 floors. But his fame means that Wanders has all the freedom that he needs.
I don't believe in compromise at all. I mean, if someone else, if I have an idea and it's not good because someone else has a better idea, that's fine. And I wouldn't call it a compromise. I would call it, we change the products for the better. If I make a design, someone else has an opinion and he thinks, the design should be worse, I would never do it. I mean, it makes no sense.
Here's another of Wanda's designs, the 15 in Amsterdam, part of English chef Jamie Oliver's chain of restaurants. It's like a stage set.
I made a kind of a flow of whatever is on the plate is very sophisticated. Whatever is further away from the plate and going to the ends is more rough. So the walls have the big graffiti and stuff like that. It's kind of everything between the wall and the plate goes in this flow. So that's what we did in 15.
He also sells clay figures that he makes together with his daughter. Just another example of Marcel Wanders' freedom to design and do whatever he wants.
Paris, departure point for a journey. The theme of this year's Designers' Days. The first stop is Saint-Tout, and everywhere you look are globes, but not like the ones in geography lessons. The designer also has boxes full of surprises.
We took the travel theme literally and brought back designer objects from 30 different countries. We think it's a fun idea to make a display with boxes of our products. They're stacked. Some of them are opened, some are closed, and in some of them you can catch a glimpse of some treasures.
Then it's on to Italian furniture maker Cassina. Here, the furniture itself is going on a voyage, enhanced by propellers, fog machines, and a mural of Paris. On the ground, but still high above the clouds.
My interpretation of travel is that our furniture longs for adventure too, and they're planning to fly away. Both sofas serve as wings, and the chair is the pilot's seat. The furniture have taken matters into their own hands.
The Conran shop offers an entire office on wheels for the executive on the go. But business travellers will have to dig deep into their pockets. The mobile high-tech office carries a price tag of €39,000. Balloons point the way to Taiping. At first, artist Miguel Chevalier wanted to beam flying carpets into the skies over Paris, but city authorities weren't to be convinced. So while he had to remain on the ground, he added his own special touch.
Here you can see a completely normal carpet, but it completely transforms itself when you beam it with patterns at night. And when you turn off the beamer afterwards, you have a totally normal carpet again.
British designer Christopher Pearson is also interested in digital technology. He uses it to transform centuries-old tapestry patterns into contemporary artworks. His creations can even be projected into a bathtub.
When you watch the wallpaper, you'll be watching it, you kind of go on a journey with the wallpaper as well. And there's lots of parallels, like the journey back to the past, because this is about the journey between the past and the present. It's about, you know, a journey across the wallpaper, and characters come in and travel across, and it's kind of, I think you go on a journey with the wallpaper.
Later in the evening, crystal maker Baccarat hosted a cocktail reception with Kenzo Takada as the guest of honor. The Japanese fashion designer has created an Asian collection for the French luxury label.
I love to travel. I love it when cultures mix and East and West merge together. Just like the combination of Baccarat crystal and Japanese finishings.
But every journey must come to an end, and fashion gurus will be waiting to see what designers think up for next year's show.
What's bright red, has a deep roar and is a legend on four wheels. A Ferrari. Felix Hiller of Germany is an avid Ferrari fan. He says no other vehicle stands up to the Italian racing car.
Of course, Ferrari is Formula One, so naturally they're very closely related, and I think that's part of the legend.
And this is where they are made, Maranello in northern Italy. Felix Hiller has been allowed behind the scenes for a couple of months. His prize for winning a Ferrari design competition. And this is what his personal dream car looks like. Developed in conjunction with Spanish fellow student Luis Botrono. The jury was impressed with the student's Ferrari.
We tried to convey lightness. We wanted to create a car that looked like a light car from the start. One that was bursting with power, but didn't have too much fat on its ribs. A car that was really slim and light, and muscular. That was our concept, and it's what fascinated us about the old Ferraris, which were also designed to go fast.
The first cars built in Maranello were purely racing cars, but it wasn't long before the brand became the epitome of luxury off the track as well, renowned for its exclusive design. And as well as maintaining this tradition, the firm is always looking for inspiration, so both Ferrari and the students should profit from this practical exercise. Chief designer Donato Coco has taken the two students under his wing and gives them the benefit of his experience.
They're both very keen and want to get an impression of how we do things. They identify strongly with the brand and are ready to experiment. New glamour at Ferrari. But of course, it meant a lot of work for me. I wanted them to participate in real projects and products so that they understand how things work.
Ferrari's design center is the true heart of the company. And the combination of fresh blood and experience takes the traditional brand down new roads.
They're the first to be allowed to do work experience with us. As a designer, I can give them truly unique insights. And I think this is a unique experience that they'll probably remember forever.
Felix Hiller says he never dreamed of being able to look behind the scenes, and he's really making the most of his time in Italy.
In any case, what I'm doing here has been very enjoyable. And I'm learning something every day as well. Of course, being able to learn from people at Ferrari is a very useful experience.
And you never know, Felix Hiller Ferrari might speed through the countryside one day. Then his dream would be complete.
It takes just 6 minutes to hoist all the sails. The Maltese Falcon has 15 of them. The masts rotate freely, a first for a boat of this size. The yacht can be sailed by a crew of 1. Its first trial exceeded all its owners' expectations.
It's sailing exactly as the computer predicted. But the computer couldn't predict the joy you have from such a boat, and it is fantastic.
U.S. millionaire Tom Perkins is a collector of supersized yachts. The Maltese Falcon is his third. At 88 meters long, it's the world's biggest and probably the world's fastest as well. Perkins' dreamboat was built in Istanbul by the Italian firm Perini Navi. The man responsible for the yacht's stunning interior is Ken Freevock, one of the industry's leading lights. Freevock's England-based design team has won numerous awards, but the Maltese Falcon presented the designer of luxury floating homes with a challenge in a whole new dimension.
The concept on the boat really is technology right throughout. It's technology on the sailing systems, it's technology inside, outside. It is not a house, it is not a palace. It is a machine, you know, a very beautiful, very comfortable, high-tech machine. Here we have aluminum, we have carbon. It is not just teak. If the weather's nice, you can leave this. All these doors are in one track and they open completely. So you have outside and inside as a single space.
The interior also follows the principles of open space and transparency. The design is minimalist. Every lamp and piece of furniture is a Ken Freevock original. The use of ultralight materials and cutting-edge multimedia technology helped the designer achieve a positively futuristic effect. Ebony, carbon fiber, and glass all feature prominently along all the fittings, along with 44 different types of leather. Perkins is also an art lover. Freevock has created a special space for some of his favorite collectibles, such as this Bugatti. The yacht's budget has allowed Freevock a free hand to experiment.
The technology is all there. It's just not all the time evident. So at one moment, this is a comfortable room. At other times, you know, you can just select certain things. You can open and close the TV doors, for example. You can control the whole audio equipment, you know, the surround sound.
Exactly how much the final bill for the Maltese Falcon ran remains a secret between its commissioner and his contractor. The yacht has 4 decks. Tom Perkins intends to spend most of his time on board it. Ken Freevock's design combines technology with comfort to provide a luxurious maritime experience second to none. The designer isn't one to rest on his laurels. With work on the Maltese Falcon complete, Freevock is ready to move on.
I'm looking for the next challenges, and we have some projects now that we're doing which are again using some of the concepts that we've developed. Life is a learning process, and as designers we're learning with every project, and we always think the next project's going to be even better.
The Maltese Falcon will soon be heading out of La Spezia into the open seas, where it will attempt to establish itself as the world's fastest yacht.